Ever been in the middle of sharing something real? Your best idea, your honest feeling, your true story. And just as you're about to land your point, someone cuts you off. It happens in boardrooms. It happens at dinner tables. Sometimes it's the people you trust the most who don't even realize they're doing it. Most people respond the same way. They fold inward. They apologize. They let their own words dissolve. Sorry, go ahead. But here's the quiet damage most never see. Every time you surrender that moment, you train the room to overlook your voice, and slowly you begin to ignore it yourself. This isn't just about losing a conversation, it's about losing a connection. It's about losing connection and losing presence, losing your ability to shape the space you're standing in. When your words get interrupted often enough, your confidence doesn't disappear overnight. It erodes quietly. But what if 3 words could interrupt the interruption? 3 words used for centuries by philosophers, leaders, and calm strategists. Words that don't raise your voice, don't create conflict, yet immediately reclaim attention and restore balance. Words that shift power without aggression. If you've ever felt invisible, spoken over, or subtly pushed aside, stay with me. Because what you're about to learn isn't about dominating conversations. It's about holding your ground without force. And once you understand this, you won't need to fight for space again. Welcome to Stoic Philosophy Daily, where your story matters. Share your experiences or your hardest moments below. Every comment is a gift. Here, your voice will always be heard. We read with care, answer with heart, and treat your journey as part of our own. This is more than a channel. It's a circle of strength, ready to reclaim your presence. Let's begin with the first word and why words have always been the quiet foundation of real power. 1. The first word. Listen. Empires have fallen because the wrong person spoke and the right person wasn't heard. From ancient Rome to your next meeting, one truth remains unchanged. The strongest voice is not the loudest, but the one the room is compelled to stop and hear. Seneca wrote, "Brevity and calm in speech carry more force than the loudest cries of the crowd." Real power isn't in shouting, it's in restraint. In knowing that your words are valuable enough to be delivered with calm, not urgency. Silence, when chosen, sharpens authority rather than weakens it. Yet most people surrender that authority every day. You've seen it. The awkward smile, the rushed apology. Sorry, go ahead. In that moment, the message is sent without a word. My voice can wait, my presence can shrink. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, do not be distracted by what is unnecessary. Hold to what is essential. Each time you give up your space, you trade clarity for comfort, and presence quietly erodes. Here's the reality most avoid. If you cannot claim attention, you will be overlooked. In meetings, in negotiations, even in relationships, raising your voice won't fix this. Volume creates resistance, calm creates gravity. So how do you reverse the pattern without creating tension? Try this. The next time you're interrupted, don't rush, don't compete. Pause, meet their eyes and say, calmly and clearly, one word. Listen, no anger, no explanation. You'll feel the shift immediately. The room slows, attention returns. Control is restored without force. This isn't about dominance, it's about reclaiming your place. When listen is spoken with composure, it signals certainty. It tells the room that what follows is worth hearing. True authority never shouts. It makes silence wait. At Stoic Daily, we believe your voice is your presence. Own it. Try using listen at least once this week and share your experience below. When you reclaim the power to be heard, everything changes. But attention alone isn't enough. Even the right words lose impact if they aren't anchored in meaning. That's why the next principle isn't just about being heard. it's about making every sentence carry weight. Ready for the second word? Let's raise the standard of what gets said and what gets remembered. 2. The second word. Important. Getting everyone's attention is only half the battle. The real test is making them care enough to stay with you until the end. So many voices get drowned out, not because they're wrong, but because they sound replaceable, easy to interrupt, easy to ignore. But the moment you anchor your message to what truly matters, the room shifts. Think of the word important as a verbal highlighter. You're no longer asking for space, you're defining it. You're signaling that what comes next deserves priority, not patience. Most interruptions happen for one simple reason. People assume their point is more urgent than yours. When you clearly name what's important, that assumption breaks. The hierarchy of the conversation resets. Instead of competing, the other person pauses, recalibrates, and listens because something meaningful has just been placed on the table. Epictetus understood this instinctively. When his students became restless, he didn't raise his voice or demand attention. He paused. He grounded the room. Then he said, "Listen," and followed with, "The important thing is." In that moment, distraction turned into focus. Noise collapsed into attention, not because of authority, but because clarity was established. Try this. The next time you're interrupted, don't rush and don't escalate. Stay calm, hold your pace, look the other person in the eye and say, "The important thing is," or "What's important here is." Feel the silence that follows. That pause isn't awkward. It's respect forming. You're no longer fighting for space. You've claimed it with intention. When you name what matters, people stop listening to noise and start listening to meaning. At Stoic Daily, we believe the words you choose set the priorities others remember. Use them with care, and your message will carry weight long after you stop speaking. Try underlining one key point this week with "the important thing is," and notice what changes. Share your experience below. You've claimed attention, you've named what matters, but even the most important words can fade if action is delayed. So how do you make people not just listen, but move? Now. That's where the final word comes in. Let's talk about the power of now. 3. The third word. Now. You can get everyone's attention. You can even get an agreement. But if you don't push for action in the present, everything you said slowly fades. "Let's do it later" is how good ideas die. "We'll handle it tomorrow" is where priorities quietly disappear. When you say now, people move, and that's when respect is truly earned. Think of now like flipping a switch. It wakes the room up. It pulls drifting minds back to the only place where anything can actually change: the present moment. Seneca said it clearly. Life is divided into 3 parts: what was, what will be, and what is. We are not masters of the first 2, but only the third. Power has always lived in what you do with the moment in front of you. This is why it works. The human brain immediately prioritizes what feels urgent. When you say, "Now, here's what matters," you interrupt the delay. You end the discussion without escalation. You turn intention into motion. You're no longer just speaking, you're directing energy forward. Try this. The next time a meeting drifts, a conversation stalls, or even your own thoughts scatter, use the word "now" with calm certainty. Say, "Now, let's finish this," or "Now, here's what needs to happen." Watch the shift. Bodies lean in, the room sharpens. Action begins, not later, but immediately. Because the strongest presence isn't the one who only speaks well or names what's important, it's the one who moves people into the present and turns words into results. Action belongs to the present. Real leaders don't wait for perfect timing. They create momentum now. At Stoic Daily, we believe power isn't in what you know, but in what you do with it today. Don't just be heard. Be the spark that moves things forward now. What will you use now to finish this week? Try it and share your experience below. You've just learned the 3 words that can change any room. Listen, important, now. But real presence isn't built on words alone. It's forged in how you use them, day after day. Ready to see what changes when you practice this in real life? Let's talk about what happens when presence turns into action. The power of now. Command the moment. Anyone can talk about the future. Only leaders demand action in the present. Now is more than a word. It's a force. It doesn't just cut through distraction. It creates gravity. When you say now, you're not offering an option. You're making the moment matter. Seneca wrote, "Life is divided into 3 parts: what was, what will be, and what is. We are not masters of the first 2, but only the third." The Stoics understood something most people forget. The present is the only ground where influence exists. That's why now doesn't politely request attention. It pulls everyone back to the only thing that's real. Picture this: you're interrupted mid-thought. Instead of retreating, you hold eye contact and say calmly, "Now, let me finish this." The shift is immediate. The room slows. Distraction collapses. Now interrupts the interruption. You've reclaimed the moment without raising your voice or creating friction. Throughout history, the strongest teachers and leaders understood this instinctively. When it was time for results, they didn't say soon. They said now. Urgency wasn't emotional. It was intentional. Results followed because the delay was removed from the equation. Try this. The next time focus drifts or someone speaks over you, say calmly, "Now, here's what we need to do." Feel the change. You're not pushing against their momentum. You're replacing it with direction. With listen, you claim attention. With important, you set priority. With now, you turn words into movement. But there's one habit that can dissolve all of this power the second it leaves your mouth. Ready for the biggest trap? Let's talk about sorry. At Stoic Daily, we believe presence is power, anchored in the moment, not postponed for tomorrow. Each time you say now, you choose leadership over hesitation. Try using now to reset a drifting room this week. What changed for you? Share your experience below, because even the strongest presence can be undone by a single habit. One word that gives your power away the instant you say it. Let's talk about why sorry might be the quiet trap holding you back. The sorry trap and the phrase that sets you free. It happens in a split second. You're interrupted, and before you can think, the words slip out. Sorry, go ahead. It sounds polite. It feels safe. But every time you say it, you're not just apologizing. You're quietly teaching others that your words matter less. You're asking permission to exist inside the conversation. Think about how this plays out. In a meeting, you begin to share an idea and someone cuts in. You respond with, "Sorry, continue." In that instant, your influence dissolves. At home, you open up, get interrupted, and reply, "Sorry, please finish." Without meaning to, you've signaled that your thoughts and feelings can wait. Repeat this often enough and people stop listening. Not because they're unkind, but because you've trained them to step over your voice. Epictetus warned, "No one can diminish you without your consent." Each automatic sorry is a small form of consent. Seneca added, "Calm brevity persuades more deeply than anger." Calm, however, does not mean surrender. There's a difference between composure and self-erasure, and most people blur that line without realizing it. Try this. The next time you're interrupted, don't shrink. Don't rush to be agreeable. Pause. Meet their eyes and say, calmly, "Listen, there's more." No apology, no tension, just clarity. Notice what happens. The room settles, the interruption stops. You haven't created conflict, you've restored balance. Your presence re-enters the space where it belongs. The real danger of sorry isn't losing a single moment. It's the slow erosion of presence over time. Every response teaches people how to treat you. Every word sets a boundary, or removes one. Authority isn't granted, it's claimed, one word at a time. At Stoic Daily, we believe your words define the boundaries of your worth. Don't ask for space, stand in it. Try replacing sorry with listen, there's more this week. What changed for you? Share your experience below. When you change your words, you change how others see you and how you see yourself. But real transformation isn't built in a single moment. It's forged through repetition. So what happens when these principles stop being techniques and start becoming who you are? Let's talk about what changes when you live them, day after day. Listen, there's more. The phrase that resets the room. Most people, when interrupted, instinctively shrink back or rush to apologize. It feels polite, it feels safe. But the Stoic approach is different. Calm, grounded, quietly powerful. When you choose the right words, you don't have to fight for space. You command it. Every time you say sorry, you train people to value your words less. When you hold your ground, the entire energy of the conversation shifts. Pause and notice what happens inside you when someone cuts you off. What story do you tell yourself? Is it, I'm being polite, or underneath it all, my words don't deserve to finish? Ask yourself honestly, are you protecting the relationship or quietly sacrificing your voice to avoid discomfort? The Stoic path chooses something else. When you say, listen, there's more, you're not just reclaiming a sentence. You're inviting the room to reconsider what matters. It's like placing a steady marker in the ground. The momentum pauses, attention resets, the unspoken message becomes clear. This thought is not finished yet. This works because, listen, there's more signals substance, not noise, not filler. People interrupt noise, they hesitate around meaning. More importantly, you remind yourself that your perspective is worth completing. That internal shift is where presence begins to solidify. Try this. The next time you're cut off, notice the urge to shrink. Feel it, then sit up slightly straighter. Meet their eyes. Say calmly, listen, there's more? You may feel a brief discomfort. A question flickers. Will they think I'm rude? Watch what happens next. The room slows, space returns. Respect forms not just in them, but also within you. The loudest person rarely has the final word. Volume fades, presence endures. Each finished thought builds on the one before it, one moment at a time. Epictetus said, discipline of speech reflects discipline of thought. Seneca reminded us, brevity holds more power than volume. Marcus Aurelius warned, waste no words on what is unnecessary. None of them taught silence through submission. They taught clarity through restraint. So ask yourself, have you ever left a conversation feeling invisible simply because you gave up too soon? What would change if you held your space just once? Respect isn't requested, it's radiated by how you show up. At Stoic Daily, we believe your words reveal your worth. Speak with calm authority and let your presence fill the room. Try replacing sorry with listen, there's more this week. What changed for you? Share your story below. Presence is practice. In the end, the words you choose are more than tactics. They are the raw materials of the person you're becoming. Your voice reflects your courage. Your boundaries reveal your self-respect. Each time you claim attention with listen, define what's important, and move action forward with now, you're doing more than holding a room. You're training your mind, one conversation at a time. Epictetus said, "Discipline of speech reflects discipline of thought." Seneca taught, "Brevity holds more power than volume." Marcus Aurelius warned, "Waste no words on what is unnecessary." These weren't abstract ideas, they were daily practices. Presence is built word by word, habit by habit. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Until respect is no longer something you chase, but something you quietly radiate. If you ever feel small, overlooked, or interrupted, return to this truth. Power starts within. Calm authority doesn't demand space, it occupies it. True respect is never forced, it's embodied, carried with you into every room you enter. At Stoic Philosophy Daily, we believe the way you speak is the way you live. Every story you share, every moment you choose clarity over apology, every time you reclaim your space. These are not small acts, they are gifts to this community. Leave your lesson, your affirmation, or your experience below. We read with care, we respond with intention, and we grow stronger together. If you're ready to practice calm authority, not just in words, but in how you carry yourself, stay with us. Subscribe, return daily, and continually build your presence through practice. This is your journey. This is your voice. Make every word count.
If you're seeking more, discover the full path on my channel, Stoic Philosophy Daily.